Hi, this is Secretary where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do, let me know in the comments below. Just make sure that you identify if it's a tarot card reading, a flame reading, or a pendulum reading. So let's get started with the card of the day as we're waiting for people to come on to the chat. We got Marlon. Hello, Marlon. Who's saying something in German, I think. We got Ram Leo.
Good morning, German.
Good. My wife speaks slow German, so I should have known that. Okay. Let's get started with the card of the day. The universe has your back deck. Let's see what the universe has in store for us today as a message. The card says, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. A very important message for today's world. As we're going along in the world today, as everything going on, all the craziness. Here's the card. It's a very nice looking illustration. Very nice. You got the moon with another moon, I think, and a nice tree. Okay, so let's get into the readings for today as we're waiting for more and more people to come in. All right, Grayscale. Somebody was asking the question about Grayscale. Are they going to go bankrupt? Are they going to the way of the dinosaur? Let's have a look. Now, got to get my cards all shuffled here. Let's see what's in store for Grayscale. Now, it seems that the health of Grayscale moment is a little bit shaky, as most other crypto platforms are and businesses are around the world with the FTX scandal and all that sort of thing going on. I'm thinking they're going to be pulling out of that with flying colors as they look to new horizons for their company. Okay, so they're going to continue to do the things that they've been doing, maybe a little less of it for the next little while, since they have quite a bit of cryptocurrency that they can fall back on, especially Bitcoin, that they can keep things afloat. So I don't think Grayscale's going to be going anywhere. Michael Saylor's doing all the things. I don't think he's the head of Grayscale anymore. But I am picking up that they're going to be changing into many of his ideas going forward. And I don't see any particular problems with Grayscale health-wise. Money-wise, I think they're going to be getting a little bit low on the funds, but I believe they have enough Bitcoin to keep themselves alive. And they might have to actually spend some of that cryptocurrency to do so. Unfortunately, a lot of the people who are part of that organization, they're looking at all the negative things instead of all the positive things that are actually happening. Okay, it could be as simple as they've forgotten that they have all this Bitcoin in storage, and they could actually use that Bitcoin to keep themselves alive. So I think they're going to be coming to that realization, hey, we could use this Bitcoin that we have stored up to keep things moving. So with that said, I think there's going to be some new partnerships and some new money coming into the Grayscale company moving forward. The people that are involved with the Grayscale, I think they're going to be bringing in new people, and that's probably those partnerships that I saw. And the Two of Cups here, if I can get it. There we go. That's always about partnerships, new business deals, that sort of thing moving forward. Of course, they want to keep their company alive, so they're going to have to make some new business partnerships to move them ahead. Okay, and they got the right mix of people. They got temperance. They're going to do things correctly and slowly and properly, being more and more transparent. That's the big thing now with a lot of the exchanges. Now they're transparent. So that's going to be a big thing coming up in the future, is transparency. Okay, I think Grayscale was always transparent, but I think they're going to be even more so. Okay, and I don't think they really did anything with the FTX scandal, because they're mainly all about the Bitcoin. There's going to be new leadership coming into the Grayscale team. Okay, it's going to be very swift and very lucrative for themselves. And it is going to be judged as the best team that they're going to be building very, very soon. So Grayscale, I don't believe, is going to go anywhere anytime soon. Okay, so there you go. Nothing going on really. Well, nothing will really happen with Grayscale. They're going to take a few bruises and bumps, but I believe they're going to be continuing on with a lot of the things that they've already been doing. Self-driving cars. When will they be a thing? I don't think in Canada we can really have that because of all of our snow and other places with snow. But a place like California, LA, that sort of thing, I could see that happening. Somewhere where they have good roads. So if you've ever been to Canada, especially Winnipeg, our roads are horrible. And our self-driving cars would probably complain a lot here in Canada. But let's have a look, see what the cards say. It's very funny in the some of the first cards are looking at all the negative aspects, okay, and instead of looking at all the positive aspects of the situation. That's going to be a thing going forward. Could be what I just said, and a lot of it is propagated on tomfoolery, ideas that aren't quite ready for the entire world. I don't think it's going to be happening until 2029. Any great strides to self-driving cars. Okay, I think the technology is too young. Okay, and it has a long way to go. Okay, financially, I think it's going to be okay. This idea. There's probably companies already out there working on this situation. When it does happen in 2029, 2030, I do believe that there's going to be a lot of money to be made. It's going to be, the self-parking vehicles, that sort of thing. But for actual self-driving, I don't think that's going to be until 2030 and a little beyond that. Because of all the struggles, we're going to come to an actual point at 2030 where, yes, we're going to have all the technology available for self-driving cars. But that won't be for quite some time, and it wouldn't be the entire planet, because there's a lot of places on the earth where the roads are just horrible. Okay, so that's self-driving cars. Good question, I guess. Let's look into the World Economic Forum. How they're doing? Not too good. Let's throw some cards down, see how they are. Good questions coming up. Yeah, come up with lots of questions for today's show. Very interesting cards. The people, it's very interesting that they have this particular card. And the people that are involved with the World Economic Forum. In this case, I do think one of the main members is going to be falling over and not coming back. And I do see a young female coming up through the ranks that's maybe taking over some of the heavy lifting for Klaus Schwab because he's having some health issues. But I don't think she is going to be as good as will be necessary. Okay, she won't have the goods to carry it through, which probably is a good thing to have happen with this particular situation and these people. And that's, I think, what this card is representing. That they're going to be falling down on their face over and over and over again as we move along with their plan. Started with King Charles back in the day, and Bill Gates and all of the world leaders that are part of the World Economic Forum. They're going to be going other directions because they see which way the wind is blowing. Okay, it's not doing well for them, and there's too much pushback. Okay, so they're either going to have to go all in, okay, with military action against us regular folks, which I don't think is going to be a thing, because now you got to tell all these military personnel that they got to shoot on their own people. Unless they bring in people, military from other countries like NATO, that won't be a thing. Even then, those troops would have pause because our own military would start to step in and go, hey, no. Okay. They'll go against their orders and start firing upon the UN troops and NATO and all that baloney. The financially for the WEF, that is going to be falling flat on its face as well because many of their schemes are not working, okay, and are going to be falling flat on their face. The health of this particular system looks pretty strong right now, but as we move along, especially with all these Twitter leaks, and there's going to be more and more leaks from Twitter about World Economic Forum coming up, okay, that they're going to be more and more exposed. You have to remember to cut down the tree, finally get rid of the tree of evil. You also got to expose the roots of evil, okay? You can't just cut the tree down. You got to expose all the roots, and from there, you can finally destroy the entire tree. And then you're going to have this transitional period when we got to figure out how to handle everything without all that baloney going on. And that'll take another 2 to 3 years to figure that out, okay? Because people are too used to being controlled in the way that they are, okay? So it's going to be a lot of fun. Standing on the outside, I believe that the World Economic Forum is coming to its last days, coming up very, very soon. I do see another 2, maybe 3 years that they're going to be trying to do something, and then it's probably going to go away in that time frame. Okay, so that's the update on the World Economic Forum. Wonderful group. Matic coin. Somebody's asking that question. Marlon says, no more questions from me. You could do more. Mm-hmm. It can be there for the future shows. We got the Tuesday show. We got the Thursday show coming up. So if you don't get to all of them, it can go into one of those shows. So let's have a quick read on Matic Coin. They will save themselves from all the FTX baloney. They will carry on. I do believe they're going to get, somebody's asking about a couple bucks going up. I think in the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to see Matic really rise above the rest of its type of crypto. Okay. It's what Ethereum wishes it could be at the moment. Okay. I think Ethereum is going to be catching up to them in no time flat. Okay. But in the meantime, Matic is going to be very, very strong. It's going to be doing all the things it needs to be a very strong leader within the cryptocurrency world. With that said, there is some new decisions that they're going to have to be coming towards. There's a fork in the road coming up for them where they're going to have to make a decision, go one way or another way. Okay. And they're going to be making the right decision moving forward with the Ace of Pentacles. Always meeting yes in good financial situations. So they got all the right people involved, and they're going to be moving forward in a good way. Maybe a little bit of a downturn for a short period of time as people are not used to the new leadership, if they even care. And from there, I believe it's going to go up in a good, strong way. There's going to be a bit more oversight from other companies in the financial part of the things. And I think that's going to be actually paying off for them in the long run. Okay. So I think Matic Coin is one of the better cryptocurrencies out there. And it's going to be strong for the next couple years. Okay. Let's look at the next thing. Now, do we got enough people on here? It is time for the homework. That's the right one. Yep. And the wife did the reveal thing off the back, behind the number, which is awesome. Thank you. Now, if you're new to this, we're doing the remote viewing lesson for the week. Now, what you do before we get into this, okay? What I need you to do, if you haven't done this already, put this number on a fresh sheet of paper and write down all the descriptive text that comes to you. Don't overanalyze it. Just start writing it out. Okay? What color is it? Okay? Or colors. Okay? What smell does it have? What taste? What's it sound like? What's it feel like? What texture does it have? Okay? Does it involve other things? Okay? Is it political? Is it mainstream media type of thing? Is it something to do with show business? Okay? So make sure that you're writing all those things down. Never label it. Okay? This is how remote viewing works. So just describe the target. Okay? Just focus on the number. Okay? And describe the target. Don't label it. So if you say, it's a microphone, well, that would be an analytical overlay. And you put that at the bottom of your piece of paper. And you put AOL microphone. Okay? So maybe wait a little bit to get everything rolling here. What do you guys think is the target? So as you're typing on what you're picking up from the target, we went to the country yesterday after lunch. Went to go see the wife's parents, and we got whooped in cards. We play canasta. Oh, me and her dad got whooped.
Only by 1,000 points.
By 1,000 points. So if you know anything about canasta, it's a pretty complex game. Takes a little bit of time to learn, but quite a bit of strategy involved and quite a bit of luck. Okay. So Daisy Chains is saying she sees water. Could be. Okay. What else do we have? And we had spaghetti for supper. It was a good time. It's that Christmas spaghetti.
Marlon must see something.
What's that?
Marlon must see something.
Marlon should be able to see something.
Marshmallow taste.
Marshmallow taste. Okay. Yeah, don't overanalyze it. Just describe things. Particles, clouds. Okay. These all could be related to the target. What else we got? Marlon said, I think he's on track here. Saw blue and also like art illustrations type of thing. You saw sky and clouds before as well. Interesting. Blue and green. Okay. I think we're in the ballpark here.
Yeah.
Keep going. Particles. That could be. What else we got? Do we have a smell? Luna C says, I got words. Okay. Glass, holding, view, glory in the name Shane. Okay. Marlon says he saw illustrations of eyes morphing into a tribal art. Interesting. Like a tribal tattoo. That could be. I think it's part of it. It's a fairly big thing that in the envelope, it's not big, but all the things that you're picking up are associated with the target. I see where the tribal tattoo thing could come in. What else we got? Just let it flow. Relax. Have some coffee or tea or whatever you like to drink.
Relax with some coffee.
Do we have any smells associated with it? I think we had a smell already. Marlon and Daisy Chains are in the ballpark. So, oil. Okay.
So is Luana. Luana's close too.
What's that?
Luana is close with their words.
Lana, yeah, she's very close. These people could be psychic.
Oil?
Maybe. What else we got? Does it have a taste? Wait a few more minutes. Oh, we got the marshmallow taste. Color. Okay. How about Burberry? Does he have anything? Gray sky. Okay. Pepperminty smell, but that could be from your very first remote viewing. That could be.
Fire or red with dark shadow.
Is there actions involved in this target? Marlon says a fire or red with a dark shadow.
That's pretty close.
Could be. What kind of motion is involved in this? Is there just a guy sitting in front of the camera with gray hair? Or is there fighting? Is there running? Jumping, leaping, that sort of thing? CCTV. Not sure what that is. Like the shadow was a cartoon dinosaur jumping for joy. Haha. You may be closer than you think. Do not question the things that you pick up. Just let it flow. As soon as we start to overanalyze the things that we get, we start to go down the path that it's not even close. Sometimes when we're picking up things that the weirdest things that we're picking up often are true. Okay? Burberry says war. Yes, there was a war involved in this. Now, how do I say this?
You don't give hints for one.
What's that?
You're not going to give hints, are you?
No, I'm not. I won't give any hints. Mm-hmm. Now picked up some type of green tree with a waterfall.
It's possible.
Okay. I think that was part of the greater picture of it. Let's see. Come on, Dark. You can do it. I know you can. Surveillance. Oh, closed captioning TV. Yeah, okay. No. Maybe. I am Aqua. It says you would be a great dad. Your kid would have a lot of confidence. Well, psychic things, maybe. I don't know about other stuff, but what else we got? Is it man-made? Natural? See what people say. Angarette says, hello, hello. Water is pretty close. Not this particular target, but it's part of the bigger picture.
Read Marlins.
Space with the X-Wing from Star Wars, probably so far off. Maybe. Ender blue, even I'm late. Okay. Hello, by the way. Couple more minutes here. A sad blue. Yeah, it could be.
Are we revealing? I think they're.
I think they're all tuckered out. Shall we reveal?
Yeah.
I say. Now, let's reveal.
Okay.
Ta-da! The Avengers. Now, if you've been watching the movie series, a lot of the things that you've been saying are related to the movie series from Marvel. The water, the tribal tattoos.
Marlon.
Whoa, crazy, he says. Which character had the tribal tattoos? That's probably something in Black Panther, I believe. Same with the waterfall, space, all the Marvel movies.
Sky and clouds.
Clouds.
Glass, like even the guy's tower is made of glass, right?
Yeah. Black Panther. Yeah. War. If you've seen the first
Fire or red with dark.
Part of the series, there was the big war between them and Thanos when he did the snap, right? And of course, there's fighting all over the place in each movie. One of them had blue clothes. Maybe a guy with a shield. What else did we add? That's correct. Marlon says the Avengers logo is like a tattoo. Okay. And this blue Avenger did abuse the women. That could be. I'm not sure. What else?
Marshmallow Man's from another movie.
Marshmallow Man was from another movie. Yes.
Someone gets marshmallows.
Ghostbusters, I believe. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Don't cross your streams, as they said. Unless you're battling a god, and then you cross the streams. Right? So there you go. Any other comments before we reveal the new number? Yeah. Iron Man is an alcoholic, yes.
Imagine if we could pick up our homework.
Yes, imagine what we could pick up if we did our actual homework. And it's not big homework. It's just sitting in front of a piece of paper going with a number and going, taking a moment out of your day and just starting to write things down. People try to make it more complex than it actually needs to be. Okay. I know a lot of other teachers, they make it sound so complex, and you got to hop on one foot and hold your nose and, tweak your ear and all this stuff when it doesn't really need to be that complex. Okay. Stop. Try to make things more complex than they need to be. It's just sitting on a couch, having a nice beverage, focusing on the number, okay, and just letting it flow from here to your hand to the pen or the pencil or whatever you're going to be using, and just writing it out. this is how you practice. Using your skills, which you all have. Everybody is psychic. Okay? You're only as psychic as you allow yourself to be. Okay? And like I said, many teachers try to make it more complex than it needs to be. It's actually very simple. It's just getting it into the right headspace and the right focus. Okay? And I think the more you do that, the better off you'll be, not just by picking up Avengers remote viewing, but it'll help you in all other aspects of your life. Okay? Once you start to go down that path of being centered and calm and all that sort of thing, it becomes addictive. Okay? I know people that just love meditation. They can't wait till they do the next meditation, because after a while it starts to be part of you. It's no longer separate. Yeah, there's you, and then there's the psychic you, until there comes a time when it comes together, and there's no difference between the two people. You are the psychic. Okay? It's not two separate things. And once you get into that mode, it becomes very addictive in a way. Okay? And it has a lot of benefits, both mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Once you get down that path of becoming more and more natural, I think of it as being more and more natural. Okay? Being psychic, just being you. Stop putting everything into categories, okay? And just bring it together. Marlon says, oh, okay, next week I'll dedicate meditation and try harder. You don't have to try hard. Just let it happen.
Instead of looking at the light switch,
look at the light switch. When I was in Kung Fu, they'd have a big circle thing. It was on a poster with in circles going into a smaller point, and you would focus on that while you're sitting in your lotus position. And don't wait for things to be perfect to start meditation. Oh, everything has to be just right before I start meditating. It doesn't have to be. Okay? The more distractions you have around you, the better your meditation will become, because you need to struggle against those things. And for good meditation practice, okay, if you have something like an annoying sound or something in the background and you fight against that, it means your psychic meditation will become stronger, because now you have something to fight against. Okay? I used to be in a meditative state while fighting. It's called no mind. Okay? Where everything comes to you instantaneously. Okay? So I'd be sparring with my teacher, and we would get into no mind. And here's the trick. How to get into no mind is you use your peripheral vision. And when you start to do that, using your peripheral vision when you're in guard, it happens instantaneously. Okay? Pets, let them do what they're going to do. Actually, Domino will, when I'm in a meditative state, he'll come sit on my lap because he enjoys the energy. Okay? Tark goes, I turned into an O'Brien. Good, you're halfway there. Now have somebody throw punches at you while you're in O'Brien. See, it doesn't have to be a calm surround situation. You can be in the middle of a sparring match and you're in a meditative state. Okay. You should be able to get to the point where you can be walking down a busy street and you can go into meditative state. Okay. The more you work on it, the better it will become. And don't wait for everything to be perfect. Stop being the perfectionist. It'll happen at its own time and you keep working at it. Okay. Other trick from Kung Fu, and when you're feeling anxiety, okay, just hold your breath. When you do a motion in Kung Fu, you got to do a block. You breathe in, do the block, breathe out. You do the block. And when you're holding your breath, there is no time to have fear. Right? Because you're focused on holding your breath for that moment as the attack comes in. Block, counter strike, breathe out. So if you're feeling anxious, it doesn't have to be for Kung Fu fighting or martial arts. It can be for everything that you encounter during the day. The boss going rah, 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 to hold the breath. Let him finish. You're probably going to get into a fear state when the boss is going, rah, 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 right? Hold the breath. Let him finish. Hopefully he doesn't rah, rah, rah too long because you'll pass out. But and then when he's done, that'll have more power than yelling back at him because you didn't respond in turn. Okay, your energy has changed. Okay? Picking up what I'm trying to teach? So when you're anxious or scared or anything like that, or you're a little anxious about doing the meditation, it's nothing. Hold the breath. And out. You feel anxious again. Out. Okay? And that is when you should get into no brain. You want to get into a meditative state real quick, use the peripheral vision. And when you start to do, yes, hi Rosie. Instantaneous information given to you when you're using peripheral vision, have all the things that you've ever seen, ever learned from the universe in an instant. Okay? Other teachers, it's so complicated. No, just use peripheral vision. Look to the side. And then you'll become that meditative state. Is that worth the price of admission today? Those are big things that you'll spend lots and lots of money on with other teachers, and they'll give you exactly that. Okay, let's get into the new next week's lesson. Remote viewing, the new one. Now you got to get a clean piece of paper or whatever you want to use. Write down DZN8020. That is your target number for next Sunday. Okay? Just once you sit down, you got your clear piece of paper and you focus, use the peripheral vision. Look to the side. Boom. And start to focus on that number. Write down all the things that you have. You're feeling a little anxious. Breathe in. Hold. Out. Okay? I'm trying to get you the tools to help you in your day-to-day. This will help you in your day-to-day stuff as we're going through stuff. We all go through emotional stuff. Okay? Just breathe in, out. Might get to the point where a lot of you are walking out continuously, but after a while, it just becomes natural. Okay? It's not complex. So here's your new homework for next week. Okay? Sunday. Make sure you get your homework done. We'll have a lot of fun next week. Okay? Let's get into the chat. Will I make some good money on a trade in the coming week? Rest of you, look to the side. Breathe in, out. Answer Marlon as I'm getting my pendulum out. Will he make that big money on that trade? First thing that comes to mind. Breathing in, out, looking to the side. See what comes to you. Just say yes or no. Anybody? Okay. Maybe you're a little hesitant, or your fingers aren't working quick. That's okay. It'll come.
A little late and confused.
Fun. Yeah, we're having fun. Okay, getting to Marlon's question. It doesn't appear that you're going to be making that big money. He says, Marlon says, maybe. I think it's going to be a little longer than you had anticipated for the next week. I don't think the table is set quite right yet for that situation to happen, but it will happen later on. Okay, maybe a week or two. So breathe in, out. Yeah, I kind of get that feeling that it may not be for a while. Marlon says, yeah, I think next week we drop a little bit. I am currently in bed 6. Answers will be all over the place. You're probably more relaxed than most of us being in bed. Use that energy to help cure you, actually. Use that white energy. Think of it yourself with, and use it as a tool to help your sickness out. Okay. Marco D. Groot says, Bitcoin Ben says the derivative market is going to collapse in 2023. What do you see? I think he's onto something. Okay. He's lost a lot of people, unfortunately, but he's usually on track with many of the things that he says. The timing is a little off. It's like Cliff High his timing is a little off. Stuff he says is correct. It's just the timing is a little off. So let's throw some cards down. I think he's picking up on some news that may not be coming about in that particular time. I think it's going to be a little later 2023, 2024. They're doing everything in their power to keep the derivative market. So they're going to be pulling some other cards out of the sleeve, other aces out of the sleeve to keep things going. It's teetering though. Okay. That old system that they're trying to prop up with funny money, like keep printing out money to keep everything moving in a certain direction, will hold it up for a little bit longer, but it's not going to be forever. And by that time, I think people are going to start to realize that the old system is, and that we should be looking for other things. Okay?
Done?
Yep.
Yep.
That's just the hot flash thing. When do you think fiat currency will finally fall and everyone runs to crypto? 2023. I think it's going to be late. Now, you have to remember a lot of things are going to be happening without us realizing it. Okay? The transition, like us old codgers that have been in cryptocurrency for quite some time, will already be there. Okay? But the majority of the planet are going to be starting to figure things out. And a lot of things are going to be happening without us even realizing it. The banks will just switch things. Beep, beep, beep. It's already baked in the cakes here in Canada. He is already in our banking system. So when it finally does flip, many of the people on the planet will probably not realize that they're now using cryptocurrencies, mainly XRP. I know the guy who did the programming for the banking here in Canada. Behind the scenes, XRP here in Canada. Okay? So I think they're going to flip that switch very, 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 very soon. As when the CBDC start to not do the thing that's hoping to, I think they're going to flip that switch for the XRP and the other cryptocurrencies. Banks are already into cryptocurrencies, so they're going to be utilizing those instead of the old fiat system behind the scenes. Okay? So everybody's going to be using Bitcoin, just not necessarily know that they're using it. Okay? Thank you for that question. What else we got? Stellar XLM long term. Using peripheral vision, I am picking up. It's going to be very good in the long term. I think it's going to be one of the ones that is going to be part of the banking system moving forward. Same with XRP and Bitcoin, many of those cryptocurrencies. It's going to be one of the unknown cryptocurrencies that's going to be backing everything behind the scenes. Okay? What's this about Michael Bublé? Bublé.
It's hot in here. But Michael Bublé's making it hot. I don't know.
There's conversations within conversations here sometimes. Long term, I think is going to be fine. It will get going in the next year or so to higher highs. Right now, they're working on things behind the scenes. A lot of good friendships, a lot of good partnerships coming up for them with the people. And it's going to be very swift in the long term. Okay? They're going to be getting rid of the old system is going to be going away, and the new system is going to be coming in. There is a white hat card right in the middle of everything. So the white hats are going to be doing their thing with that. Okay, it's going to be just fine. Good buying opportunity out there if you should choose to, for everybody for XLM. And that goes with many of the other cryptocurrencies right now. Okay, so it's going to do very, very well. Hopefully that answers your question. What else we got? Outside of Buble. When will the euro and all currencies fall down? Probably, well, it will be US currency because it's the strongest one. Like it said previously, that the smaller countries' currencies are going to be falling first and then finally get to the middle. But before all that happens, I think they're going to flip the switch behind the scenes and turn on that XRP and Bitcoin. You have to remember, banks already have Bitcoin. Okay. And they'll probably switch it over without anybody realizing it, if they haven't already. Okay. And when that does happen, it's going to be a good time for cryptocurrency holders. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. So 4-year Bitcoin cycle, which falls in line with a bottom early first quarter 2023 and rise into halving with the next peak after halving. What did the cards think? Oh, it's pretty much what we've been saying all along. It's going to be a little after the Christmas season, going into the new year, where everything is going to start to go up. Okay, until the halving in 2024, around there. And then from there, it'll spike up to 125,000, maybe 200,000, and then drop down again to 80,000, to the new low, right? If pay attention to the cycle. Excuse me. It'll go up, 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 and start to crash, and it'll go back to the old high, right? It'll stay there. Like right now, it's 23,000 Canadian. That was the old high. Now it's the new low. Okay. And the last time it went up to 80, 90,000 Canadian. Then it down to 23,000, which was the old high. Now it's the new low. Now the next pump will take it to 125,000 and beyond, maybe, and then drop down to 80 grand. The new low, which is the old high. See what I'm getting at? So there's a cycle. And if you really look at the Bitcoin chart, it does this every time. So you're right on the money there. So yeah, about first quarter. It's usually a little after the halving that everything starts to really jump up to the next level. So there you go. Hopefully that answers your question. Neighbors asked me to adopt a dog who lost its family. I am hesitating. Can you please pull 3 cards? Is it a border collie? First thing that came to mind. I think somebody else might be in line for the dog before you finally make your decision. If you should change your thinking on getting the dog, if you have the facilities for the dog in a bad situation, right? Make sure you have everything in that. I think somebody else is going to be taking on the dog. Okay. Going to be there for a short period of time if you choose to take on the dog yourself and make him a part of your family. But if that doesn't happen, that'll take the dog. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question.
We're at the hour.
We're past the hour. It's a golden retriever. Oh, very nice dog. Just a reminder, we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you have them on your calendar. Make sure that we're doing our homework. Whoop. There we go. Okay. And of course, throughout the shows, I'll remind you to do their homework and just have fun with it. Okay. It's not work. If you like a personal reading with me, make sure you go to secondreadsbyandre.com. All that information is there. If you'd like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, make sure you go to secondreadsbyandre.com, where we have the Trezor affiliate link. If you should happen to purchase a Trezor from that link, know that we make a little bit of money from that as well. Okay, until till Tuesday, make sure you like, subscribe, share everywhere, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. If the computer will work.